Luna's in Taurus. And, looks like today's an astrologic bad hair day. Here's my reading of the Zeitgeist for Saturday, August 28th, 2021.
Ciao!
The Taurian moon reaches a Quincunx to Libra Venus, in her Quincunx to Taurian Uranus, and opposition to Aries Chiron at 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Ugh. Consider this an astrologic bad hair day. Something's got you up the tree today. And while it isn't anything serious, it certainly is a pain. Oh well, just another one of life's dirty dishes. Luna conjuncts Uranus at 10:52 a.m. Expect to make a splash with an unusual move. One suggested in a flash of inspiration coming from an unexpected quarter. I gotta say, while that sounds like pure astro gobbledygook to me, and certainly scores high on my personal BS meter, sometimes intuition does come through in completely cliched, almost moronic messages. Second guess it at your own risk. Venus reaches an exact quincunx to Uranus at 6:43 p.m. Well, I can understand why astrology has a bad rep in the modern world. It often sounds too vanilla and vague to have any solid meaning behind it. Just be careful with those vague, could apply to anybody or anything messages. Some of them really are a load of crap. Luna trines unaspected Virgo Mars at 7:14 p.m. Ooh, consider this an astrologic trip to the gym. Nobody really cares if you're having a bad hair day there, especially not after you've worked up a good sweat. Hey, you deserve those endorphins, baby. Luna BiQuintiles Venus at 11:25 p.m. Okay, so speaking of life's dirty dishes, I'm going to append a short snippet of episode 14 of the Hansel and Gretel Code to the podcast and YouTube versions of today's horoscope. Please, please, and please do share this. Come on, you 2 or 3 Kristo fans who are also fairy tale fans. Let's see if we can't swell the ranks to at least 4 or 5 of us.
Oh my God.
And God said, "Let there be F-bombs." And they were good. And they multiplied. Right here in this podcast.
Part 2.
Teil 2, in which we ask a few crucial questions, like, what do you mean, us? And, hey, who left all of these dirty dishes?
Uh-oh.
Well, yes, I do mean us. Because that's the other thing that makes a story great. Not just some random complication. A great story has to be all about us and our problems.
Is that so?
A great story has to metaphorically call up the same intense terror and angst we ourselves have already had, or will eventually and inevitably experience.
You can't be serious.
Okay, so I get it. Our fictional woodcutter is the one who's terrified. He's facing death by starvation. A catastrophic ordeal so overwhelming that, historically, it leaves people little choice but to seriously consider cannibalism and infanticide.
That shit is fucked up.
And despite the real-life occurrence of horrific famines, even in this day and age, so very few of us reading Hansel and Gretel have ever faced involuntary starvation.
I want my pizza right now. I am very hungry.
So, yeah, if this is such a great story, it's totally legitimate to ask where we are in all this.
Absolutely.
And to figure that out, all we have to do is ask, what kind of first world ordeal normally terrifies the bejesus out of us? especially in our well-fed postmodern lives.
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you from my own experience that true existential terror, it doesn't have to be about a life and death issue.
Uh-huh.
It certainly can, of course, and far too often at that.
Of course.
And while Hansel and Gretel is a story that plays on the medieval experience of the Great Famine of 1315, it also includes the common medieval experience of papal interdictions, with their nasty threat of eternal damnation. So, what's the nature of any ordeal, modern or otherwise, that puts the fear of God into us without being life-threatening?
So how should I know? Who even cares?
Think about all the run-of-the-mill and typically annoying ordeals that plague us every single day.
Nope.
Stuff that may be a pain, but doesn't normally terrify.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do.
We're talking problems that often end up on the back burner as we procrastinate our way forward and try to skip out on making whatever uncomfortable decisions they require of us.
But what if?
And they can be busy and expensive, like car trouble or a leaky roof. But we're really just talking all of life's dirty dishes. Well, thanks for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty then. Ciao a tutti.